What is going on, peeps? Yep, it's me, MRM, and you guys asked me about things as far as like cooking goes, and I told you guys that I do some cooking. So I'm getting ready to do something that you guys all know about, and it is some baby back ribs. So some of the steps in here I've already skipped, so y'all might be like, dude, show me what you did here and there, but I'll explain it to you when I do it, okay? And this is not a sponsored video at all. This is just me making me and my family some baby back ribs. And since it's three pretty much practically grown men and my wife, I got 3 racks of them. So I'll show you guys what I did and I'll explain some of the stuff that I did, okay? So I'm gonna get ready to go right on into it, and hopefully y'all enjoy the other videos that I post, all right? See y'all in a bit. All right, so here's the ribs that I have seasoned very well. You can choose your own season that you like, but I'm showing you here that right here there's a membrane that's usually here underneath these ribs, okay? And what I do is I take a pretty much like a knife and I kind of cut the membrane a little bit, but then I take that knife and I pull back. But I have a paper towel in my hand. The paper towel helps a great deal, and I just use the knife as I pull that back pretty much, okay? It just one of those things, kind of get rid of that membrane so you can kind of keep all that flavor in there, right along there. But like I said, I'm just seasoning this and I let it sit for maybe 10 minutes or something like that, just allow enough of it to get in there. A lot of times I'll do this overnight, but it's your choice. So I don't rub it in, I just sprinkle it on there and let it sit. I don't rub it in there because it doesn't really do anything. Taking the gloves off safely, and I'm about to move on to the next phase. All right. Right here, I'm getting ready to put them on the grill. The ones I just showed you guys after I took the membrane, everything off, seasoned these really well, let them sit for 10, 15 minutes. Sometimes I do it in half an hour. I have a pan of water in this grill right here to kind of keep moisture in there, so nothing in here would dry out like the meat or whatever. So let me get this out the way. Set them here. I have 2 big boys and then me and my wife, so I have to at least do 3 of these. These are baby back ribs. And I'm putting the meat side down just in case, so that moisture can hit it from that pan straight underneath it. The possibility it may dry out sometimes. So anyway, I'm going to put them on here and leave them for about a good hour and a half and come back and hit them with some spray, okay? So I'll be right back. I'm probably going to be back an hour and a half to probably 2 hours or so. So I will see you guys then. Okay. Okay, so while I'm inside, well, while I was inside, before I showed you guys something, this right here is Honeycrisp apple juice, and I put it in this bottle right here. And the reason why I do that is because like every hour and a half to 2 hours while the ribs are being smoked, I spray them with this Honeycrisp apple juice. Adds a little bit more extra flavor to it. That's why you mainly use spices. I don't use brown sugar on there because that's going to kind of give it a little sweetness. Been 2 hours, all right, and I'm going to hit it with some apple juice, as you see me mouth that. And as you see, they've been cooking some, but you don't see much of a difference because they're being smoked slowly. Let's see, whoops. Look, it bent my tongue, look at that. Just flipping it over. Let me bend this tongue back is what I need to do. Now I'm putting the meat side up. And I'm getting ready to hit them with the apple juice. Let me get this thing bent back first. Give me a second. There we go. And like I said, I'm getting ready to hit them with the apple juice in the spray bottle. And again, I do this every hour and a half to 2 hours. And the total time that I had these on here smoking is going to be a total of 6 hours. Only at about close to 200 degrees. Super, super slow smoked. So y'all like my sound effects? Yep, just enough to lock moisture in. That's what I'm doing it for. And like I said, the pan underneath there is to keep moisture in there too. See you in a bit. All right, here we go again. I think it's been another hour and a half, and as you can see, it's just over 200 degrees. And I'm just getting ready to hit it some more with that Honeycrisp apple juice. Looking pretty good thus far. Again, this right here adds a little bit of sweetness to the outside of the meat. It doesn't allow it to soak into the meat, so because I don't actually like to taste the flavor of the smoke in the meat, but that outside layer of this Honeycrisp apple juice kind of gives it a little bit of sweetness. But I don't use brown sugar to season mine. Again, I don't use brown sugar because I don't want it to be overly sweet. I just want just a little bit of tinge of sweet on the tongue whenever you're eating this. So I'm just doing that, and I'm gonna leave this on here again for another hour and a half, and then I'm gonna come back and show you the next thing that I do with it. Okay, they're looking beautiful. You can see they starting to pull back from the bone a little bit. All right, here we go. Next phase. Okay, now I'm gonna take these out, and what I'm gonna do is that same Honeycrisp apple juice. What I did, I added a little bit of lemon to this. Okay, a little bit of lemon juice, just to kind of give it a little bit of tang. I actually like a little bit of tang, but it's not going to be very noticeable, just enough to tickle your tongue. So I'm pouring it on the rib side, and not the rib side, I'm pouring it on the bone side of the meat so it can kind of stay up there, because what it's going to do is form like a little bit of a pocket of when I put it back in there, that moisture from that fluid is going to come up and hit the foil and pretty much keep it real moist and lock in some flavor. Put this off to the side just like that. Same thing with the next one. And these are hot, but they're not hot because they've only been cooking at like, barely 200 degrees. So, but this is heavy duty foil I have right here. Again, heavy duty foil that I have right here. And I'm gonna just hit it like that, just like that, folks. You can juice the apples yourself, or I think you can go find Honeycrisp apple juice, but you guys know how I do. I do a lot of juicing on my own. Taste the authenticity of it. All right, last one before they take their last sunna in the smoker, just like that. And make sure that when you're doing this that you have no holes in your foil, or that juice is going to leak out. Okay, here we go. See that little hole right there? That's why I moved the meat up a little bit. As long as that hole is at the top, it's gonna be okay, because I'm putting it right back in there just like that. So anyway, I'm gonna put these back on here for another 2 hours, and then you guys are gonna see what the end result is gonna be. Another hour and a half to 2 hours, all right? I'm taking it back on the grill, and here's the next phase so you can see the end results. Look at that. Different sauces, okay? The first one right here, you can see that's Memphis. Sweet and spicy. It's that first one. The middle one right here is another one. It's called Hawaiian Sweet and Smoky. Okay, and Mama Don, this is from your neck of the woods. You should know this. You guessed it? Not yet? No? Look how yellow it is. You don't know what that is, Mama Don? That is Carolina style barbecue sauce, which is a mustard base. Kind of give it some tang. That right there is just a basic barbecue sauce, plain. So again, there's a Memphis style, sweet and spicy. There's a Hawaiian style, sweet and smoky, and a Carolina mustard style. Okay, and right here are the ones that I just cut up for my wife. She doesn't like anything on the white quite yet, and as you can see, has a nice beautiful smokering around the outside of the meat. See that? People think that pink means it's raw or something like that. It's not. That's actually a smoke ring for those that barbecue. Okay, there they are.
Okay, so as you guys can see, that's how I do my ribs. I know I could have probably done a whole lot more, something in a little bit more detail, showing you guys every step of the way. Like some people like to see the reveal of me taking them out of foil, putting them on the cutting board and spreading the sauce on them and all that. But it's my first time doing that, so I didn't know all those specific details. Anyway, let me see. They were gone real fast. They were very juicy and tender. You know what I mean? You can tell, because like I said, 6 hours. Yes, very juicy and tender. If you guys have any more suggestions of what you might want to see me cook, I will. Like one day I know I want to see me do something from my motherland. I think I'm going to do a jerk chicken But y'all, it takes time for jerk chicken. I mean, from the start to the end, the ingredients that go into it takes time for us. I think I might do something like that. Also, I'll show you guys some of the different things that I juice, which is going to pretty much go on my other channel as well. So again, I'm doing this as a startup thing for my other channel for people that want to be more tuned in with things I do, like as far as cooking go, as far as health, all that, how I juice, what I drink when I juice. I will be showing it on my new channel. It's going to be just called MRM. And again, I'm supposed to be talking about these ribs here. These were a total of 6 hours, right? And it was set at 200 degrees or less, because it's supposed to be just low and slow for a long time, okay? Every 2 hours I checked it. Every 2 hours I did something. Every hour and a half, I was hitting it with that apple juice sauce. And you get that little bottle I had, you get that like at Dollar Tree. And all you do is pour, Honeycrisp apple juice in there or whatever. And like I said, I use that to kind of give it a little bit of tinge of sweetness. And then what I did show also is that on the bottom side of the ribs, like you see in the top part, it may have looked like, but that was not much barbecue sauce, because I actually like to taste the flavor of the meat too, I just kind of painted it on there just a little bit. And then what I did show myself do also is I stuck them back, I put them under the broiler real quick just to caramelize the top of the ribs, whatever. So anyway, I enjoy doing that. If you're going to do a project like this, you might want to, depending on what time you want to eat, time it off. Because let's say if you start cooking at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, they'll be ready by 4 or 5 o'clock. And then also, when you get done cooking the ribs, I don't immediately cut them. I let them sit for maybe 5 or 10 minutes to allow all the juice and everything to disperse back out. Okay? And also allows the meat to relax a little bit more too. So besides that, the seasoning that I use is just your basic rib rub. You can get that from like McCormick's or something like that, but it's just the basic rib rub. But I make sure it doesn't contain any brown sugar or anything like that, because again, the apple juice is what's going to give it a little bit of sweetness. And then by me having the apple juice in the spray bottle, the Honeycrisp apple juice, it allows me to determine how much of a sweetness I want to it versus somebody already doing it for me with the seasoning that they have. So again, that was just me doing some ribs, and I'll be doing more videos like that. You guys asked for it through email and all that, of what things I cook, what things I eat, and I guess y'all wanted to see it, so I showed you one of them. But besides that, I'm getting ready to check out. I hope y'all enjoyed that. There's more videos that's going to be coming on this random video day that I usually do, okay? And this is the random videos. I'm Ty Smith, my Renaissance man, hoping and praying every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, I hope and pray every last one of you guys are in great health. God bless you all in Jesus' name.